how's Tyson?
I don't know. He's going to be sore tomorrow. That kind of changes your attitude a little bit about games like this. Boston didn't play anybody. Milwaukee and Miami, that's a big game for them. So, when I saw him go down, rolling around, you don't feel so good about having to play this game. But I think he'll be all right. They just said it's a contusion, and hopefully maybe we'll play Sunday instead of Saturday, which would be helpful, I think.
Coach, you're in the playoffs. How would you summarize this season, especially your record at home?
Well, that means we were awful on the road.
Yeah.
So, how would I? Well, I really believe the season's starting. I'm thrilled we got into the playoffs. I think Michael and Rod, they've done an amazing job in, changing the team without, giving up young kids. I think there's a whole new feeling in town because Michael is so committed. I think people recognize that, so a lot of real positive things. But from a personal standpoint, this is what you play for, and I'm excited we've had meaningful games, and I'm thrilled that we have a chance to play in the playoffs, and that'll help us grow.
Did Tyson's injury change your game plan of how long you were going to play the starters, or did you stay with it pretty much?
A little bit. I talked to Michael, and I talked to Rod. Your responsibility really is to the franchise. But he said whatever I thought was right was okay with him. We were all nervous about somebody getting hurt, so that kind of impacted us a little bit. That being said, I thought that we didn't play great, but I felt we really tried. I would have liked to have played Tyson more, but it might have been a blessing. Theo got hurt, and so Nazi had to play more than maybe he was ready. But that's a great thing in itself. And Tyrus was dying out there, but I thought it was important that he played. And I don't know how to feel right now, to be honest with you, in terms of this game. But I think, like Michael said, we gotta try to do what's right, and I thought we did.
What happened to Theo?
He got kicked, and he was struggling a little bit.
Sore shin, or?
Yeah.
Is he the only, to your knowledge, other than the usual nicks?
Well, Raymond's been sick. I don't know if you saw him out there. He looked like he was really laboring to me. But, Tyrus is sore. Gerald, probably shouldn't have played, but he played. But I'm happy for Chicago. They had a big road, long hill to climb. They got back in it. I'm disappointed for Toronto. Losing Bosch at a critical time is an awful. But now we got to focus on how we can be ready to play against a really good team.
You mentioned some concern this morning about Nazi getting back into game shape. How did he look to you tonight?
Looked like he's not in game shape. But you know what? Compared to the New Jersey game, there's a huge step up. And now we have hopefully some legitimate practice time, and not knowing about Theo and Tyson right now, and knowing who we have to play against, I'm gonna have to get them ready.
Considering obviously what you're gonna be matched up against. Would you anticipate activating all 4 centers so that you have plenty of fouls to
I hadn't even thought about that.
give? Okay.
Then the NBA would get mad at me and think we're trying to foul every time. No, please don't write that.
How do you assess your chances against Orlando, Larry?
Well, they went to the finals last year. I think they're better. You know, Ed Mac Barnes, nobody even mentions that kid. But those are the kind of kids that help win you championships. They got Vince, who on any given night can take over a game. And so when you get in the playoffs and you got a guy like him, and then they got the best young big kid to come along in a long, long time. You know, I know Shaq was awesome when he came in, and I think this kid's gonna have as much of an impact on our game as just about any big guy. And they got a coach who's really underappreciated, I think. Does a phenomenal job year in and year out. So it's a challenge, but heck, that's what makes it fun. I'm so excited for those guys in that room. And, you know, Jack was on a team that beat the first place team with the best record in the NBA. So, you know, I know they had some pretty good players, but you know, we just gotta approach it like it's a new season and we got a chance. The chances of us doing well are much better than they were in October. That's a neat thing. I'm happy for this town. I'm happy for the franchise and really for the players in that room.